Yeah, started.
Hello guys, how are you? Welcome to a new community call of Kleros, Wednesday, 1st of November. I couldn't be in the last one last week because I had a tooth removed, so I basically couldn't speak by then. But well, I'm okay now. So lots of different things going on this week. In particular, we had this extremely interesting report published by the UNCTAD, which is the United Nations Commissions for Trade and Economic Development. And this is a report that they published oriented to a audience of executives and like public servants working on consumer disputes, small claims courts, ombudspersons for different industries within the consumer claims. And they review a bunch of the trends that exist now for the future of consumer claims. And basically what they say that there's two main technologies. One of those is AI that could be used in order to speed up processes and to make it more efficient. And the other one is Kleros. So this was an extremely, comforting, I would say, publication, as it puts Kleros on the spotlight with lots of people who actually handle consumer claims from many different countries. And I had lots of different people messaging me after the report was published. This was super high visibility and super high impact in an industry where we want to have as much impact as possible, as Kleros can, as you know, be a tool that is used in the context of consumer claims. We have already discussed here many times the pilot we are doing within an exchange in Argentina, that we use Kleros for resolving claims that happen between the exchange and the customer, where the customer claims that there was a problem because he was debited funds that he shouldn't have been debited, or other situations like that one. And Kleros is being used currently. These are all real cases. This is not a pilot. It's still a pilot in the sense it's early stage, and we are doing improvements and trying to make the system work as swiftly and efficiently as possible. But this is actually being enforced in the real life. This is claims between consumer and company resolved by Kleros, and then the decision by Kleros is actually enforced. It's not a process that works fully on chain, because part of the process is off chain, which is perfectly fine. If you have a different way to make sure that the enforcement is done, it's not a problem to have some part of the process done off chain, and Kleros can provide a service to this broader dispute resolution processes. So this, this pilot we have been doing is validated by this report that was published yesterday. So everyone in the team is extremely happy about this. So we have that. We have lots of different things regarding recruitment. We are seeking to expand the development team because we have a way more complex product portfolio. We know some of our apps need to have a more better, interfaces, should be more reliable in some way. So we have been working. The main problem now is that we are kind of a bit understaffed. I tend to think that when we recruit, we are slow in the sense that we make people go through exercises, which is good because we end up having high qualification people on average, but also it's sometimes slower, and this makes bottlenecks in some processes. I have been spending like maybe half of my week doing recruitment calls with different candidates that are in the final stages of the recruitment process. So I have been doing that a lot. Then we have some conversations of which I can't really say much because this is starting. I will hopefully maybe next week I will be able to tell you something about these things that are. I will only say that this is related to disputes in the context of copyright and property, intellectual property situations. Bear with me for one more week, if possible. So you have that. Then we have maybe Jean, you want to give some update from point of view of communities, the bootcamp, I don't know, whatever you want.
Yes, we have been the Founders Bootcamp has been ongoing, I believe, for 3 weeks now. Yesterday we had the third workshop with William about mechanism design, and I believe it's not easy to find this content out there. So I believe the projects really appreciate that. And I'm very impressed with the quality of the projects. So I'm very excited. And yeah, I think we will be posting a thread about the UN report very soon. I mean, it will make some impact in people that did not read it well, and I believe some people will be surprised that a crypto project has this kind of
don't say it's Web3, right? Web3, not crypto, Web3 project.
Yes.
Yeah. Rebranding, you know.
Yeah. One more thing that's interesting is that Juan has been making some. I don't know if it's the right word, but some research about how to use Kleros for vetting grants, because there are lots of platforms, protocols, and even layer 2 solutions that are running big grant programs, and some of these grants are receiving more than 400 applications, and it's a lot of work for the reviewers, because usually there's a filtering process before putting these projects to vote. And one way of filtering these projects could be using Kleros or creating mechanisms that work like Kleros. And one made a test list for this project and included it in a proposal. And I'm very positive that this could be adopted by one of these grant projects.
Yeah, that's a good point. Speaking of which, we also have a new team member who is going to be in charge of all of the DAO, situations. So lots of the applications of Kleros depend on, of navigating through the governance systems of DAOs, because many times the implementation, details and implementation decisions should be made by DAO governance process. So we are trying to better target those type of decision-making processes. So we are very happy to have Alex now joining as a team member to be our DAO lead. So he's going to be focusing on all of these governance processes to make Kleros more effective in implementation in those DAOs where we think we can provide a service. I don't know, Alex, if you want to say something.
Yes, no problem. Thank you, Federico, for the introduction. I'm a long-term community member of Kleros, and I really love the project. So yes, as you said, my focus will be on DAO. So I've started looking at the optimistic retro grant funding, but also it will be related to everything with the new Kleros snapshot module as well. That could be really useful for some DAO to move from multi-sig stage to real DAO. So yes, there are plenty of things to do with Kleros and DAO. So I will be happy to work on that and help integrate and do business development around it.
Welcome, Alex.
Thank you.
And let's go to everybody's favorite part of the community call.
Yeah, I assume you're talking about me. I had my, as already Gene mentioned, I had my workshop with the incubator, the bootstop, the boot camp people yesterday. They seemed like they have cool ideas, and it's always fun to do that. Other than that, still working on sort of the research that I've mentioned in various past weeks about new drawing mechanisms that will be enabled in the next version of the court, where you can weight people using blockchain identity tools that weren't previously available in BP1 in particular, screening people for one vote per address that's on proof of humanity, for example, is like a simple thing that we sort of already understand, but trying to expand this to use soulbound tokens and have sort of more nuanced identity. And thinking a lot about how the attack models, what it takes in terms of having 51% of the attack of the tokens on the current model, what percentage of the tokens you would need to attack these different models with these different identity systems, so that we can add these identity systems in and not only not decrease the attack resistance against 51% attacks, but add extra layers and make it even more resistant against those kinds of attacks.
Cool. Thank you, William. And as you might know, we have our researcher Jan is now he just started last week. He's a research stay at Stanford. So if you happen to be in the Bay Area and want to meet him, we can of course introduce you to him. And he's going to continue the research he's doing about improving the incentives behind Kleros and make the system better, attack resistance for bribes and those types of things. And we are planning at some point, if we can, next year to do a Kleros conference at Stanford. We wanted to do this last year, but it was logistically hard because of we didn't have enough time to plan it. So, but now that Jan is there, we hope that we will be able to do it. So I will, of course, inform you when things get confirmed. That is going on as well there. And we have another very cool research update, but I would want to wait for next week before saying this publicly. Bear with me. So those are the main things about the research. Oh, and of course, and Jamila, our other PhD researcher, she's at Hong Kong doing her stay at Hong Kong University, and she has been participating at a number of events. She's very good for public speaking. So, I mean, you can see her all over in the social media. So we have that. And then I guess let's go. If you want to say something, maybe Marcos or Juan. Yeah, feel free to add something if you want.
I have some updates from the BD team. Although you already said something, that you spoiled some of the BD team updates. We have a really good new with the integration with the exchange that Federico already mentioned, the Argentine exchange. For this month, we have been working in. Remember, the disputes here in this particular case are between the exchange and the users from the exchange. And what we saw was that the users were not having enough tools while being in the disputes. So during the last months, we were working on that, and we achieved this week to have the first case where a user won against the exchange. So that's a really, really good news for us. If these continue working, most probably we are going to be doing this kind of integrations with another exchanges from Argentina or from Latam or from other parts of the world, and to with other Web2 companies. So it's a really good news for Kleros. And then we have another update. Next week we are going to be being part of different events. Web3 events. In my case, I'm going to attend to an event in a university. We are going to be giving a talk. We are going to try to have some new members to bring new members to the community of Kleros.
Thank you, Marcos. And as you know, guys, Argentina is the world capital of crypto. Web3. So yeah, hopefully we'll get more people there. And I don't know what else we have for this week. No, Juan, maybe you have something to say, or from my side, that's it.
Not really. I mean, some things could be eventually shared, like regarding treasury and more, but no need to do it now. And any question always we answer. But yeah, nothing more important than was mentioned previously. Any big change will be announced. So yeah, not really.
Awesome. Well, I guess that's it then for this week. Juan, very good luck against Fluminense in the final game of the Libertadores Cup.
Yeah. Let's hope it goes okay. I'm here like anxious, seeing what happens. So after that, also we'll be in Dev Connect. So let's hope I'm going there happy and with a good result. And yeah, anyone that is heading to Istanbul, let us know that some members of the team will be there. And yeah, have a great day.
What did you do? Are they following you? No.
More or less, no. Boca fans actually, but yeah,
Okay.
I'm actually staying close to Fluminense Stadium, like 2 blocks, and there's quite a lot of noise and everything, but it's nothing serious.
Okay. You know, William, this is going to be the same stadium where I took you in Brazil, in Rio, to see the football game. The Maracanã Stadium.
Yeah, the famous stadium, like former World Cup final stadium at Maracanã, right?
Yeah. So we went there with William when there was the final of the. No, it was one of the semifinals or something like that of the Brazilian tournament, and it was a Flamengo Vasco da Gama, I think. So yeah. Okay. There's people from Kleros at It's Lisbon. I think this week there's going to be people at Dev Connect in Istanbul. And well, thank you very much all for coming, and see you next week, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.
See you. Bye.
Bye. See you.